A really important part of training life-changing hearing dogs is teaching them to feel happy and comfortable in all kinds of places. When a hearing dog lives with a deaf person, they will accompany them to places like supermarkets, banks, cafes and restaurants, and even on the school run or to work, and we have to make sure they feel happy to do this. We teach our pups almost everything they need to know about the world around them, good behaviour and social interactions. It's very important that our puppies are comfortable, relaxed and are able to show good self-control. As part of their hearing dog training, Kai the Labrador and Leo the Cocker Spaniel have been busy experiencing lots of different environments that they will need to feel comfortable in when they're living with the deaf people whose lives they will transform. Just imagine how many sights, sounds, smells and interactions a dog experiences on a daily basis. If a puppy has a bad experience with something, it's very hard to convince them later that there's nothing to fear. This is why it's crucial that we build on our puppy's resilience. And by gently introducing them to different experiences, one step at a time, hearing dog puppies learn that being out and about somewhere new can be a lot of fun. Our first step is to start taking the puppy out and about for the first time. Short walks around quiet streets or parks help them to get used to the big world around them.
Well, once they've finished their first few weeks of the class, they'll then move on to the 2-star. And 2-star starts to gradually incorporate outside work as well, so walking in a residential area or in a park, gradually introducing a local shop or a garden centre. And we also focus on the obedience all the way through, so the sit and down is assessed in each puppy star, but we gradually make it more difficult by adding in distractions, so the fact that they're in a park as opposed to in the house or in a shop looking at something, that's a bit more difficult. I'd say, similar to Leo, that Kai was quite confident early on and seemed to just take everything in his stride, remained quite relaxed going into the garden centre, which was the first place we went. Interested in everything, quite curious. But again, we didn't want to then say, right, let's rush and take him into a busy town, because he might have internalised some anxiety in that environment, and we've still got to make sure it's done gradually and at the right pace.
They get lots of positive rewards, such as treats, during these experiences, so they associate new experiences with positive things. Doing this also means we can keep a strong bond between puppies and their trainers, using obedience skills like sits to cross the road, as well as getting them used to walking on a lead. Garden centres are a great way for our puppies to get used to smaller crowds and new sights and smells. Garden centres are often not too busy, and with things like flowers, food and occasionally even small animals to come across, visiting a garden centre is a great way to introduce pups like Kai and Leo to new things and new potential distractions. Once Leo and Kai are completely comfortable in smaller shops and streets, we gradually work towards visits to busier environments, such as town centres. Eventually, they may end up with deaf people who live in a large town or city, so it's important that they can cope with bigger crowds, taller buildings, and more things going on around them.
We try not to ask too much of them on their first visit, so it's not as if we'd be going in asking for downs and weights and stuff. So initially we would just be letting the dog have a nice wander around. If they give any natural focus, then we reward then. But on the first trip, Leo did really well, and he was given just as much focus to Joy as he was sniffing around as well. Nothing really fazed him. He doesn't seem bothered if there's ambulances going past. Some dogs might go, oh, I'm not quite sure, but he'd just stop and stare and then go, all right then, that's fine. And then just look at Joy again and he gets a treat, or looks at Simon, he gets a treat. So
our puppies are trained by volunteer puppy trainers who kindly give up their time to give our pups the very best start. They, along with a member of our training team, will keep a close eye on the puppies when they're out and about in a new place for the first time, to make sure that the pups are getting on okay. In Leo and Kai's case, we'll be checking to see that they appear happy and comfortable, that they're still responding to what is asked of them, that they're not pulling on the lead or showing any signs that they may be scared or distressed by a situation. Allowing them to get used to new places slowly and in a controlled way, at a pace they feel completely comfortable comfortable with helps our puppies to view these experiences in a positive way. This is absolutely vital, as dogs that are happy, comfortable and having lots of fun will make the best hearing dogs, ones that will alert deaf people to important and life-saving sounds and help them to leave loneliness behind and reconnect with life. Keep an eye out for episode 5 of Hearing Dogs TV, where you'll get an exclusive look at how we train our dogs to feel happy and comfortable on public transport, and why this can make such a difference to the deaf people whose lives these adorable dogs transform.